Hello darts nuts, I'm just going to review another set of darts here. These are the Unicorn James Wade Phase 2 darts. They're a 90% tungsten dart, and this particular version is 20 gram. As you can see, it comes in the standard Unicorn cardboard box. You get your luxury MIDI wallet. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the wallet because somebody asked me to do a review on the wallet, so I'll use this as an opportunity to mention about the wallet. But first of all, I'll just go through what's in the packet. You've got your James Wade Unicorn signature flights, and that's your guarantee certificate of the weight. It says 20.03 is the matched weight. And obviously you've got your barrels. This is the LP finish version of the James Wade dart. It comes with some medium alloy stems. Now the wallet itself, it's quite a nice wallet actually. It's nicely made. It's all PVC I think, but it's stitched pretty well. It's quite sturdy. It's probably got some kind of it's either cardboard or hard plastic in between the layers of cloth. It feels quite firm, and there's obviously some foam padding, so it's got a fairly plush feel to the case. It's really only designed to hold the one set of barrels, and with the darts you get this little plastic thing where you can clip the stems on, but you don't really need that. But if you want, you can just put it through these elasticated loops. So you just put your darts in there, but I dare say you could easily fit in another set of darts if you were so minded. And obviously you've got plenty of storage space for flights and maybe some extra stems, and obviously that's another compartment where you can probably put maybe, I don't know, a bit of chalk, dart sharpener, things like that in there. So considering you're getting this free, it's a pretty decent wallet, and obviously it's a nice slim size. It's only, I would say it's probably about a couple of inches, 3 inches maybe. It's about 75mm in width, so it could easily fit inside your pocket on your jacket. And the construction on the inside, it looks like I've pulled that little bit out there, but it's like a kind of a nylon mesh on these pockets that you can either put your flights in or your stems, and then it all just zips up and you've got a sturdy little wallet, which is very handy. And that comes free with the darts, but I think Unicorn also sell these in a similar case, but it's a good little case, and it's nice that it comes free with the darts. So there you go, that's the case. Now these are only the 20 gram version of James Wade barrels, and they come in 22 and 24 grams, and the retail for around about £31.99, but obviously if you shop around you can probably find them cheaper. And like I said, this is the Phase 2, which has the LP finish. I'll put a close up now so you can see it better. Right, here's a quick close look, and then I'll put a detailed close up with all the measurements on. As you can see, the darts are fitted with the silver points, and the barrel itself has got a very square nose to it, and if you look closely, it's got in very tiny writing Unicorn logo with the James Wade signature on the front of the barrel. And the bulk of the barrel is made up of these series of thin grooves and thin rings I should say, and a mixture of wide grooves. You've got the very thin rings here, and then these rings are a little bit wider, but the grooves are bigger in between, and obviously that pattern goes all the way along. And then on the rear of the barrel you've got this LP finish grip, which is like a very fine micro grip. It's really quite nice, that grip, but I don't really grip anywhere near that. I always grip near the front, so it's lost on me, that grip. But the bulk of the barrel of this grip here, it's probably, I would say it's fairly high level of grip. It's not aggressively sharp, but it's still got plenty of bite for your fingers, and it's a nice mixture between the thin grooves and the wide grooves and the thinly cut rings. With this being 20 grams though, this is a very thin barrel, and obviously you've got your medium alloy stems fitted with the rubber O-ring, and then you've got your James Wade Unicorn signature flights. I do like the colour of these ones, it's a nice yellow, that. So I'll put a detailed close up now so you can see all the measurements of the barrel. Okay, here's the detailed look at the Wade Phase 2 20 gram darts. It's got a 28mm point. As you can see, it's got a very square nose, and there's a smooth section at the front of about 6.3mm, and then there's a series of thin rings and slightly wider rings with grooves for about 33.7mm. The black sections are about 3.3mm wide, and the other sections are 6.6mm wide. And then at the very rear of the barrel you've got the LP finish, which is 12.6mm wide. The overall length is 52.9mm and the width is 6mm. Right, I'm just going to measure the barrels. Just measure the length. It looks a fairly longish dart, but it could be because it's so thin as well. So the length of the dart is, it's quite long at 52.95. So it's a 20 gram dart and it's nearly 53mm long. I'm not really sure how wide it is. It's probably only around 6mm of that. That says 6.05, so it's pretty much the same width all the way along, 6.05. It's probably one of the thinnest darts I've had. I do have another thin one, but it's not like a proper dart, but it's a training dart. But these are probably the thinnest proper darts I've got. Let's see what the barrels weigh. That one is 20.41 grams. And that one is 20.44 grams. And that one is 20.45, so it's a really close match. And the weight of the full setup is 23.16 grams. Just check the balance point of the barrel with nothing attached. It's a straight barrel, so it should be fairly even weighted, but we'll check that. I think, let's just see how much is drilled out. Yeah, there's practically hardly anything drilled out, just a normal. I think my table's on a slant. Right there. No, Yeah, that's about the balance there. So with nothing attached, it's quite a little bit front of centre there. So let's see what it does when it's got the stems and flights on. That's about the balance there. It looks pretty central to me, that. So with the stems and flights on, it's moved the balance to the middle. So that's the look at the darts. So let's give them a throw and see how they go. I'm just holding the darts pretty much near the front of the barrel. It's fairly grippy on this ring grip. There's a great deal of bite. The only thing that puts me off a little bit is the fact that the darts are really thin. They're only 6mm, so I'm not quite used to such a thin dart. Obviously the darts are lighter as well than what I normally throw, but I don't think that's as much of a problem to me, as much as it is the thinness of the barrel. But one thing I do notice is when the dart leaves my hand, with it being quite a long barrel, there's a little bit of squirreling through the air, but it seems to correct itself really quick. Again, probably because it's a long barrel, it stabilises itself. I think with them only being 20 gram, they feel a bit floaty through the air, but I'm kind of getting used to it. They do seem to be landing pretty flat in the board. I suspect that's because the barrels are nearly 52mm, and with me holding it near the front. Like I said before, my throw is a little bit loopy, so just as my dart is leaving, it's doing that kind of a motion, but then it quickly comes in straight, and just as it's coming through the air, it seems to be going into the board just like that, which is probably because of the length of the barrel. And these medium stems are a bit longer than normal, so I think it's flattening out just as it's reaching the board. So if you like a a long thin dart, these are pretty good for that. But the good thing with this particular version of the weight darts is, apart from the fact you've got this nice grippy ring grip, you've also got this LP finish on the rear of the barrel, so if you like to grip near the rear, you've got a fair bit of grip there as well, so I think it probably suits most grip styles. I mean, the length of the barrel is mostly covered in grips apart from this smooth section at the front, so you've got plenty of areas to grip, and I think just around about there is where it feels the best balance in my grip. Obviously that is my natural grip there, so if you're around about a middle gripper you might find the balance is nice and sweet for you, but I think people who like to have that rear kind of a grip probably might like that as well, although I just can't throw the dart from that. I'll give it a go throwing from there, see what happens. It will probably miss the board. It feels so weird, but yeah, it's weird holding it on the back for me, but the fact that the darts are quite long, they tend to straighten themselves out as they get near the board. Let's go back to my normal grip. Oh, well, there you go. That's the Unicorn James Wade Phase 2 darts. I think they're a bit long for me. That's one of the things that is bothering me the most, but I think I could probably counteract that by putting some tweeny stems on. It's just that I keep smacking my face with these fairly big mediums. But I was quite surprised that the darts seem to fly quite well, considering that they're a 20-gram dart and I don't normally throw such a light dart. They kind of feel like easy to throw, and it was quite nice the way the dart seemed to stabilise quickly, and they did land flat in the board, so that's a couple of good things that is quite good about the darts. I think most people who like a nice ring grip will probably enjoy that grip as well. It's not severe, but it's got plenty of grip there, so you shouldn't have any problems with slippage. But even that LP finish on the back, I like that because micro grip is one of my favourite kind of grips, but I just don't grip the dart on the back there. So there you go, that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.